Sunday night, I am grading papers because I'm now teaching Bible, 7th and 8th grade Bible at Baymont Middle School. And I put on some background noise just to have something in the background as I'm grading papers. And it ended up being Sunday night football. I don't watch a lot of football. I can't remember the last time I watched an entire football game. But it was a big game, the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the great Tom Brady uh, playing once again at 45 years old after retiring for 2 months. Uh, he came back to the game. And they talked a lot about this. In fact, they set up Sunday Night Football with some other great athletes and famous people talking about it. Watch this 1-minute clip of Michael Jordan talking about Tom Brady.
Michael Jordan returned to the game very quietly today with just 2 words: I'm back.
Jordan for the win. He is back.
Age is just a number.
Tom Brady, the ageless quarterback.
Time is a state of mind.
Tom Brady is out of the game and into the history books.
I was away from the game for almost 2 years. He didn't make 2 months. But you know what that tells me? How much he wants it, how much he needs it. Especially against them Cowboys, who have never beaten him.
We'll see y'all again. Trust me.
As for everyone else, you might worship him, you might hate him. I just hope you appreciate him. Because greatness like this doesn't come along that often. But you know that because you are back too. TV 12, season 23.
Let's go!
He's back.
He's back. Now let me say this. There's no lower form of human entertainment than celebrity gossip. But because of what's happening, and it's so big, the commentators were talking about it, and it just seems like everybody knows what's going on with Tom Brady's personal life. Apparently, he took a leave of absence for 10 or 11 days from the football team and came back just in time for this opening game of the season. And the rumors are, and I don't necessarily believe in rumors, but the rumors are is that his wife put her career on hold so that Tom Brady could pursue his career and his dream and what he loves. And she sacrificed her career so that she could focus on the kids. But now it's her time. And so supposedly he was supposed to retire so that he could help more with the kids and she could pursue her career. But it only lasted 2 months. Now again, that's them, that's their decision. There's no judgment. I don't necessarily even believe the rumors, but it made me think. It made me think about my own life. It made me look in the mirror. It made me think about the culture that we live in, that idolizes, that worships, and that celebrates greatness. It also made me think about how we define greatness, how we define success. And I started thinking about how many moms are willing to sacrifice career for their kids, and yet how many dads are willing to sacrifice kids for career, for success. And it made me think about, if the rumors are true, that Tom Brady, one day, he will not be able to play forever. And he's got unbelievable awards and fame and fortune. But at what cost? What's the price that he's eventually going to pay for all of this success and all of this fame? What's really driving him that he can't walk away? I mean, when is enough enough? And again, I'm not judging him. There's nothing wrong inherently with what he's doing at 45 years old. And as an athlete, I have great admiration for what he's been able to accomplish and what he's able to do. But again, I have to look in the mirror. I have to look at myself and what's driving me. How do I define success? This week on Sunday, we're going to study the Gospel of Matthew, and Stephen's going to bring the message, and he's going to talk a little bit about who Matthew was. Matthew was a tax collector. which meant that he had incredible financial success, which meant that he had a very comfortable and secure life. He was protected by the Roman government. And yet when Jesus invited him to follow him, he walked away from it all. And had Matthew not done that, we would never have known about him. And yet here, almost 2,000 years later, we're reading his writing, the Gospel of Matthew. The way I put it on Sunday was that success is all about us. It's all about what we do for ourselves. But significance is what we do for others. And I believe Matthew walked away from a life of success to pursue a life of significance by walking with Jesus and doing what Jesus called him to do. And so my question for you is, what would living a life of significance look like for you? What might have to change? What would be different going forward? And maybe you've lived a very successful life financially. And again, nothing inherently wrong with that. But we do need to wrestle in our American culture that idolizes, that worships, and that celebrates its own definition of success and greatness. And we have to wrestle with that and what the gospel says to us. Jesus, arguably the greatest man that ever lived, took a basin of water and a towel, and he washed the disciples' feet. He did the job of a servant, a job of a slave. And he changed for us the definition of greatness. The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. And he's asking you and I to do the same. So think about that. Think about what might be different and what it might look like for you going forward to pursue biblical success, significance, a life that matters.
Hello, world.